Welcome to the Check-in Report. I am your humble host, TrueandLivin. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Love you are the only one. She drive the boat, tryna smoke while she hold my gun. Tryna tell me love you all.
Advice for young men.
Wanna be my seat with the recline, even though she be fine, hit her with a decline.
If you're a young man, I'm here to give you advice.
Wanna be my seat with the recline, even though she be fine, hit her with a decline.
Advice to save your life.
I am the only one. Shadows and trees, she stay with the streets. I heard they lead, I wanna know. I'm smoking the woods. She all I know is I'm right in the mix. She told me how it feels. She know what it is. I come in the vet. I come for respect. I come for your neck. You know what it is. I'm smoking the weed. That's sour D. She on the knee.
Tune in, tune in, tune in.
She from the hood. Bad was. I'm all in the car. Popping a bra.
Advice for young men.
You say, shawty wanna pull up. Shawty.
What are you struggling with?
Saying that she not a bitch.
Is it corn addiction?
I don't 4G out.
Is it depression?
She dropped the bottle.
Is it woman problems?
Oh, she tryna pull.
Let me know what you're struggling with. I'm here to help you young men. Let's talk about it.
Daddy wanna ride into the morning sun. Tryna tell me love you are the only one.
She ain't the only one.
Smoke while she hold my gun.
Let these women know that they are not the only one.
Trees wanna be my seat with the recline, even though she be fine, hit her with a decline. Is it just because I am the only one? Trees wanna be my seat with the recline, even though she be fine, hit her with a decline. Is it just because I am the only one? Ride around my side of town.
I'm here to help you young men.
You crazy. You just like to drive the boat, get dope, and stay.
Get your life on the right path.
You fucking trees. You fucking trees.
Readjust your perspective in life.
Kill a shot, she busted up like Selena.
How can we help you?
Bitch, she looking like she Trina.
What are you struggling with?
Ain't no contender, she only a beginner. 30 niggas from Granada, bitch don't get nada. Bitch be rockin' Prada, only eat McDonald's. You crazy, you crazy, you crazy, you a big.
The macaroni is in the building.
Don't faze me, you fucking crazy. You ain't the only
You ain't the only one. You ain't the only one. You ain't the only one, girl.
Daddy wanna ride into the morning sun. Tryna tell me love you are the only one. She drive the boat, tryna smoke while she hold my gun. Tryna tell me love you are the only one. Trees wanna be my seat with the recline, even though she be fine, hit her with a decline. Is it just because I am the only one? Trees wanna be my seat with the recline, even though she be fine, hit her with a decline. Is it just because I am the only one?
Welcome to the Check-in Report. I am your humble yet gracious host, TrueandLivin. I'm not your homie, I'm the one and only macaroni. Welcome to the show, y'all. I am your host, TrueandLivin. Welcome to the Check-in Report. Let's get the show started, shall we?
What a thrill.
Hit that like button, hit that like button.
With darkness and silence through the night.
Hit that like button, hit that subscription button.
What a thrill.
It's a thrill to be here with you guys.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
Let's get into it, y'all. Advice for young men. A lot of young men are struggling today, whether it be by depression, whether it be by corn addiction, whether they're dealing with issues with women problems, all different things that young men are dealing with. And today is a show about you guys. I want to know what you guys are dealing with. Maybe I could give you some advice. Maybe I can change your perspective. Maybe I could change your thinking patterns. Maybe I could help you to, ultimately facilitate where you want to be in life. Are you dealing with corn addiction? Are you dealing with a lack of focus in life? I'm here to ask that. I'm here to help you, young men. I want to help you, young men. And this is a show all about you guys. Now let me look into the chat real quick. Gusty says, "Yay or perks? Neither. I don't do drugs, sir. I don't do drugs." Doxy says, "Yo, dude. Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Hey, man. Salute to everybody that's in the chat right now. Right now, I'm looking at the poll. Right, I'm looking at the poll. We already got about 8 votes. 8 votes in the poll. And in the poll, I put, what are you struggling with as a young man? Corn addiction, lack of focus, woman problems, or depression? The majority of votes already, out of 8 votes, the majority of votes are saying corn addiction. Listen. A lot of young men are struggling with corn addiction. It's really a problem. It's an epidemic. It has really polluted the minds of young men. There are young men today that are probably never going to have a healthy relationship with a woman, with a physical woman, a healthy relationship or a healthy perspective on women because of the corn industry. And it has mentally handicapped a lot of men, a lot of young men of this generation. And, you know, if I could tell any of you young men out there that are watching this, you need to get out of your addiction of corn. You need to get out of that addiction. That addiction is dragging you down. That addiction is draining you, draining your testosterone, draining your social skills, draining your body. And you are not becoming and blossoming into the man that you need to be. Because this affliction, because it is an affliction, make no mistake, corn addiction is an affliction. You are afflicted by corn. You are now a slave to corn addiction. And you need to come out of it. You need to come out of it. You need to pray your way out of it. You need to open up that Bible, crack open the good book, get some scriptures on your heart and your mind. You need to change your perspective on women. You need to get your mind out of the gutter. And you need to get out of that affliction, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now let me just talk to some of the people in the chat real quick. Doxy says, gotta work hard to grow them crops. Exactly. Stop eating too much corn, dude. Yeah, he's talking about, he's having a little fun in there, whatever. Mark Motley says, what up to Mark Motley? Salute to Mark Motley. Back to the topic at hand, though, because a lot of people like to troll in the chat. This is a serious show where I'm trying to help young men, right? But astoundingly, most of the votes are going to corn addiction, and I've done these types of shows countless amounts of times, and the number one thing that people always pick is corn addiction. A lot of young men are struggling with it. You know, and it's funny. I'm calling it corn addiction. The only reason I'm calling it corn addiction instead of, the PORN word is because, YouTube has algorithms. I don't want to, continually say the PORN word. So I'm using corn to suffice. Um, but a lot of young men are dealing with it. They're struggling with it. And, a lot of things in life, right? Now, this is going to be kind of deep what I'm going to say. Listen up closely. A lot of things in life, right? It's more so a battle on a spiritual level than it is a physical level, right? Now, let me explain that because, when you're thinking of corn, you're thinking of bodies, you're thinking of lust, you're thinking of, you're thinking of things of the flesh, right? But what you're really fighting is spiritual warfare, really. You're going through spiritual warfare, sir. Remember, the flesh works antithetical. The flesh works antithetical to the spirit. The spirit works antithetical to the flesh. Your flesh and your spirit is in a constant battle with each other. Things of the flesh, things of the spirit, they're in a constant battle, non-stop. And when you reward the flesh, when you constantly reward the flesh, you're in the flesh, you're constantly, self-gratifying, you're constantly in your flesh, you're constantly feeding that flesh. You will fall to the whims of your flesh. But when you're feeding that spiritual man, when you're growing in your faith, when you're praying, when you're fasting, when you're cracking open that Bible, reading literature to help grow your inner man, grow your mentality, grow your spirituality. One second, y'all. See, something on my computer came up, whatever. But your flesh is in a constant battle with your flesh. I mean, your spirit is in a constant battle with your flesh. And when you're doing things of the spirit that is helping to grow your spirit, helping to feed that inner man, it will work back against the flesh. It would push back the urges of the flesh. It will push back the desires of the flesh. So a lot of you young men, you have to work on that inner man. You have to work on your spirituality. You have to do things that are antithetical of your flesh, sir. Some of you young men need to work on your spirituality. Get your spiritual life together. Get your mental life together. Go get yourself a hobby. A lot of you young men, maybe it's just, you need a hobby. They say that the devil's workshop is an idle mind. A lot of you young men need a hobby. A lot of you young men need to find yourself something to do. Find a hobby. Pick up something to do. Find something you enjoy. Spend that idle time where you're constantly beating that drum. Spend it with your family. Spend it with a girl that you really like, that you have a crush on, or that you're dating, or maybe that you're married with. Because there's a lot of men that are married that are dealing with this affliction. You men need to do that. You need to do that. It's of critical importance that you do that, sir. Uso says, did you watch? Listen again. Let's stay on topic here, y'all. This is a serious show where I'm trying to help men. I don't want to go off topic. I don't want to talk about things that are not important. This is a show to help young men. What are you men dealing with? Are you dealing with corn addiction? Are you dealing with depression? Are you dealing with a lack of focus? What are you dealing with as a young man? I want to talk to the men that are hurting inside, that are dealing with these these spirits that are dealing with these things that are weighing heavy on their hearts, weighing heavy on their minds. I'm here to help you, men. I want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about Kendrick and Drake. I don't want to talk about the Not Like Us video. I don't want to talk about, none of this nonsense that you guys are bringing up. What are you guys dealing with as young men in this modern society? Because a lot of you young men out there, you're not going to admit, clearly, a lot of you are dealing with corn addiction because it's the number one thing on my thing that that you're dealing with, clearly. Because I'm looking at the chat and I'm looking at the poll. Hold on, let me look at the poll one time. Look at the poll right now. Look at my poll. The question in my poll is, what are you struggling with as a young man? That's the question in my poll right now. Out of 18 votes, 18 votes, y'all, corn addiction is the number one thing people say they're dealing with. Fire! 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 The number one thing that the people are saying that they're dealing with is corn addiction. So clearly, young men are struggling. Clearly, young men are afflicted. Clearly, somebody needs this message to get out of that lifestyle. I don't want to talk about the Not Like Us video. I don't want to talk about things that don't make sense. Let's stay on topic on this show here. I want to help some of these young men. All right? No, I don't remember you, Jeffrey Epstein. I don't remember you. I don't know who you are. God bless, okay? Again, stay on topic here. Stay on topic. I'm not ever gonna look at the chat. I'm just gonna roll because a lot of y'all just want to troll, and I'm not interested in the trolling. I'm trying to help people here. So I'm not even gonna look at the chat right now. I'm gonna give the chat a couple minutes, and I'll get back to it. But what are you dealing with? I want to speak to the hearts and the minds of you, a lot of you young men that are struggling out here. I want to speak to the hearts and minds of you men. What is it that you're dealing with? Like I said, in terms of corn addiction, and we're going to get to other topics. A lot of you young men need to work on your spiritual man. You need to grow that spiritual man. Get into your Bible, man. Get into your spirituality. Get into growing your education and where you want to be in life. Do things that are antithetical to your flesh. Go get a gym membership. Get a gym membership. Fire! Fire! Because I understand it's hot, a lot of you young men, your hormones are running wild. Go get yourself a gym membership. Go get yourself a gym membership. Hop on a treadmill for about 30, 40 minutes. Go lift some weights, pump some iron. Go do some pull-ups, do some dips. Work out on your traps, work out on your pecs, work out on your stomach. Work that energy off in a productive way. Fire, 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 fire. Go find yourself a hobby. Go find yourself somewhere where you could work that energy off, right? And get your mind out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the gutter. You know good and well you shouldn't be following 300 Instagram models. A lot of you men need to get out of that lifestyle as well. Stop following 3,000 IG models. These women have nothing to offer you. You don't even know what these women's names are. You don't know if they have any talent. All you know is she has a fat ass and some nice titties. You need to unfollow that woman. She's not your wife. She's never going to be your girlfriend. She's never going to deal with you. She's only here to take away your focus. Take away what you should be doing. She's just a distraction to you. Unfollow, women that are not serving you any purpose. There are women out here that want to talk to you, that want to build with you, that want to give you the energy, that want to have relations with you, that want to build a family with you. Shift your focus to those women. Unfollow the IG harlot. Unfollow the OF slur. Unsubscribe to the OnlyFans account. These women are draining you, right? So when it comes to corn addiction, that's what a lot of you men should do. You know, break away from those habits. Break away from those old habits that are making you fall into the pattern of continually watching corn and corn, you know, own OnlyFans and all these different websites. You need to break out of that. Now let's get into some other things, right? In terms of things that men are dealing with. And again, I'm here to speak to the hearts and the mind of you young men. I'm not looking at the chat because there was a lot of trolling going on in the chat, and I'm not here to troll. I'm here to talk and speak to the minds and to the hearts and minds of young men. Another thing that men are dealing with. I didn't look at the poll to see what was the second thing that people are dealing with, but depression. A lot of young men are dealing with depression. Recently, I looked at a study, and there's a lot of what was it? I think it was coal miners. A lot of men that are working in the coal mines. Now, don't get me wrong, working in a coal mine is a tough job. It's a tough job. It's not an easy job. And it's very gritty, it's very nasty, and it's hard work. But a lot of coal miners are, you know, deleting themselves a lot, and you know, it's mostly men that are working these back-breaking type of jobs, right? But there's a lot of men that are suffering. They're working in dead-end jobs. They're dealing with all different types of depression. They're losing focus and meaning in life. I'm here to help you young men to evaluate some things, man. You are somebody. You have a purpose in your life. You may not find it today. You may not find it tomorrow, right? But you have an overall goal in your life. You have an overall purpose in your life that you are here to fulfill. So don't, just because things don't look great today, just because things don't look on the up and up today, don't, check yourself out of the game. You know, understand that you have a purpose. You have a divine purpose that you are here to fulfill and that you must fulfill. And another thing in terms of depression that I want a lot of you young men to evaluate, and information is very important. And now remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but there's significant evidence to suggest this. There's scientific evidence to suggest this, right? Now this doesn't pertain to everyone, but a lot of depression, some forms of depression, are linked to a chemical imbalance in your brain. Let me say that again. In some cases, when it comes to depression, because a lot of people don't have this information. A lot of forms of depression are linked to a chemical imbalance. So it's not that life is getting hard for you. It's not that old problems. It's not that I'm at a dead end job and life is hard. It's not that. Now give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, I think we're back. The show stalled for like a 5 seconds there, but I was talking about chemical imbalances. Back to what I was saying. In terms of chemical imbalances, a lot of you young men need to go to the doctor. You need to get yourself some blood work. You need to get yourself a piss test and do just a medical evaluation. Maybe you may be dealing with a chemical imbalance. I recently went to the doctor and I found out that I'm deficient in vitamin D, right? So a lot of you young men need to go to the doctor. A lot of men don't go to the doctor. They don't get themselves checked out. They're not, putting their health as a priority. A lot of you young men need to go to the doctor. Get yourself checked out. Go get yourself medically evaluated. Find out if you're deficient, in certain vitamins that are making you feel depressed. Maybe you're not depressed. Maybe it's just a chemical imbalance that you're dealing with. So this is something that a lot of you young men need to do. You need to focus on your health. Focus on your body. Focus on your mindset. Maybe you some a therapist. Get some therapeutic help. For someone that you need to talk to, someone you need to help you with the things that you're dealing with. So that's something else that I want a lot of you young men to think about and have a perspective on.
Fire! 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 Fire!
You know? Now let me get to the votes and some of the chatter going on in here. Am I lagging right now? Like okay, I'm back. Okay. Now, yeah, now let me look at some of the things that people are saying in here. I'm back. I'm finally looking at on y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I'm dealing with some technical issues here. Let me answer your question, Jason Washington. Salute to Jason Washington. Pretty much, Jason is asking me, is it better to be with a woman that has been through domestic violence, or not? He's saying in pertaining to if a woman has been through a domestic violence situation, she has a level of fear. I think that's an absolute ridiculous thing to say. I'm dealing with a lot of technical issues, man. A lot of this. My fault, y'all. I'm dealing with a lot of technical issues right here. My OBS keeps going in and out, in and out, in and out. So y'all forgive me. But Jason, primarily what I was going to say is that you don't want a woman to fear you. You don't want a woman, especially in this climate. Like, women are weaponizing everything against men. You don't want a woman to fear you. You want a woman to love you. You want a woman to respect you. You don't want a woman to fear you. You want a woman to love and respect you. Fear, you don't want a woman to fear you. You don't want a woman to fear you, man. I don't think that's what you really want. Because at a certain point, if a woman just fears and fears and fear you, I mean, it's like, like, is she in a hostage situation? Is she like, the only thing you should be fearing in life is God. All right, the only thing you should be fearing is the Most High. All right, fearing your husband, I don't think you should be fearing your husband. You should be loving and respecting your husband. So no, I disagree with that notion that you should hit a woman and it'll give her a level of fear. I think that's absolutely lunacy, absolute nonsense. And whoever taught you that or told you that is an idiot. Just being honest with you. If I had a daughter, I wouldn't want them to be anywhere around that person that told you that. It's just very idiotic, You shouldn't hit a woman. You shouldn't hit a woman. You shouldn't hit a woman. I mean, you shouldn't do that. That's not right to hit a woman, especially if it's deserved and she like it's just ridiculous, bro. So, I don't even know why you asked that question. It's a ridiculous question, You shouldn't hit women, no matter the situation, unless it's on a self-defense tip. And if you're defending yourself from a woman, if she's doing something that's trying to hurt you, that's different. Let me read some other stuff he's saying. A woman needs to understand that man can hit back. Well, most women know that man can hit back, Most women, know that, but that doesn't mean you should hit a woman. That doesn't mean that you should deal with a woman that that is used to being beat. That's not cool, bro. That's not cool. That's not cool, And a lot of women, you may not know this, but a lot of women have been through that type of situation, you know and they look back at those times as a very hurtful time in their lives. So why would you want a woman that you love, that you care for, to look at you as some dude that's gonna beat her. Like, you wouldn't want that from your wife. I wouldn't want a woman that I'm dealing with for her to look at me as an abuser, as a person that she should fear. I would want a woman that I'm dealing with to love and respect me. I want love and respect. I don't want a woman to fear me. But that's just me, you know? So I don't necessarily agree with what the person said, I don't agree with that, you know? I don't agree with that. Not No, I understood your question, but I think it's ridiculous. I'll read it again. Question: Is it better to have been with a woman who has been hit by a man before? My bro said yes, because a woman needs to have a level of fear about doing too much to a man during an argument. That's absolutely ridiculous. Just because you have an argument with a woman doesn't mean you should hit her. Pretty much what your brother said was, oh, a woman can't argue with me because if a woman argues with me, I'm a smack her. Bro, if you're in a marriage, a marriage is a journey. It's not going to be smooth sailing. You're going to have arguments. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to have times that you're going to have bumps in the road. Just because a woman argues with you doesn't mean you should slap her in the face. You're married to that woman. You're supposed to work things out. You're supposed to come to an agreement. You guys are supposed to work things, collaboratively out. Just because you get into an argument with a woman doesn't mean you should slap her across the face. That's not realistic, bro. Like, you're not supposed to be doing that to your woman. You're supposed to be helping your woman, you know? So no, everything you're saying, I understood your question. It's just ridiculous. What you're saying is it's right to beat women, and I disagree with that. I don't think you should beat on a woman, just because you have an argument. You're not think about what you're saying. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I disagree. Jason says, I understand that, but in our culture, women hit first unless they have been hit before. That's not necessarily true. Every woman doesn't hit on a man. Some women have respect for men and they're not gonna hit the man. Some women don't have respect for men and they do hit. It depends on the girl. Let's not generalize all women in our culture. I don't see a bunch of black women hitting men. I'm just saying. Has a black woman ever hit a man before? Of course. But let's not just make general statements that every black woman is hitting a black man. That's not realistic. That doesn't happen. You know? Now, if a black woman hits a man, now let me give you what I think should happen. Let me give you what I think should happen. Two different scenarios. I'm gonna give you two different scenarios, Jason. Listen to me closely. If a woman hits a man, right? And that woman is not his wife, not his girlfriend, is not his kin, and she is a stranger to that man, he should 1000% hit her back. Bow! Right in the kisser. Right in the kisser. If the woman is not his girlfriend, is not his wife, and she's a stranger and she hits the man, he should 1000% punch her right in the kisser, right? But if this is your girlfriend, if this is your wife, you should not be hitting that woman. You should have a little bit more understanding and love and compassion for that woman. If you guys get into an argument, hypothetically, let's say you get into an argument and the argument gets heated and she slaps you or punches you, right? As a man, you should understand that, for one, this is your girlfriend, this is your wife. You love her, you have compassion with her. And number two, you should understand and have an understanding that you're a man and you're stronger than her. So if you were to inflict the same damage that she did to you, that it may be a little. And number three is that, like I said, you gotta have a little bit compassion in your heart that this is the person that you love. This is the person that you want to be with. So and a lot of times as a man, if things get that heated, not that you shouldn't teach your girlfriend or wife a lesson. You should absolutely teach them a lesson. But you have to have some compassion for the woman, because you got to understand women, they're more emotional. They're more, effeminate, and things are gonna hit them a little bit harder in an argument. So you have to be the man in the situation. If she slaps you, you have to take that slap on the you got to take that slap on the chin. Maybe grab her by the arms, shake her up a little bit. Maybe pin her down to the floor. But do I think you should slap her back? Bow, with a right hook. Bow. No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Do I think you should detain her? Do I think you should hold her down? Do I think you should shake the shit out of her? Possibly, yes. But I don't think a man should be slapping or beating on a woman just because the woman hits on him. I think that, I don't think you should do that to your girlfriend or your wife. I think you should have a little bit more compassion in your heart for the person that you're with. You should have a little bit more respect for the person, you know? That's just my opinion though, right? Jason says, that is not fair at all. This person who I love is hitting me. Should I call the police and lock her up like women call the police on men? Absolutely. Call the police on her. I'm for that as well. If a woman is beating on you like an old Virginia slave, call the police on her. Call the police on her. If she's slapping on you, beating on you for no reason, call the police on her. Send her to jail. Cause if she's beating on you to that capacity where you feel like you got to call the police, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If she's beating on you to the capacity where you got to call the police on her, she ain't got no respect for you anyway. She ain't got no respect for you anyway. If a woman is beating on you like an old Virginia slave, she ain't got no respect for you anyway. Call the police on her. Call the police. Get the police involved. Jason says, thank you, and definitely sub just now. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you for subbing, Jason. Fire! 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 We got about 38 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you vote down there. And I need you guys to subscribe to the channel. I need you to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Let's do it right now, y'all. It's a thrill to be here with y'all.
With darkness and silence through the night.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button.
What a thrill.
It's a thrill to be here with y'all.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Yeah, but in terms of this whole, kerfluffle here, I think you should call the police on her. I absolutely agreed with that. Alexa says, nerd rod wave. Alexa, I'm sending you to the block party. Have some respect, all right? Go to the block party. Go get me some turkey burgers and some and go get me a watermelon. All right, we need that for the block party. Okay, so let me look at the poll here. What are you struggling with as a young man? The poll has shifted, y'all. Now it's 39% a lack of focus. Let me talk about lack of focus, if you guys will let me. Let me talk a little bit about lack of focus. Because lack of focus is also another thing that a lot of young men are dealing with in today's society. Are you dealing with a lack of focus? A lot of men, they get off of their purpose in life. Whether it be video games, whether it be corn addiction, whether it be social media, they're not focusing on what they should be doing. Right now, a lot of you men have an idea. Maybe you guys want to be entrepreneurs. Maybe you men want to go back to school, get your education. No matter what it is, you have a dream, you have a aspiration in life. You are being, distracted from no matter what it is. It's a lot of distractions out there, whether it be social media, corn addiction, all these different things that are getting you off of your purpose. What is it that is getting you off of your purpose in life? A lack of focus in life is absolutely true. Another thing that a lot of young men are dealing with in terms of lack of focus, drug dependency. Are you addicted to smoking weed? Are you popping pills? Are you drinking every week and every weekend? What are you dealing with? These are things that are distracting you from your goals in life. These are things that are distracting you on what you should be doing in life. Social media, drug dependency. Sometimes even women can be a distraction to you. There might be there might be a girl that you're linking up with every night. Every night you're linking up with her. You're smoking weed with her. Maybe she threw you some ass here and every now and then. You're not taking each other serious. You guys are not dating. You guys are not together. You guys are not building anything together. You're just wasting time with her. She's just a distraction. You could be focusing on your goal. You could be focusing on your dreams, aspirations. A lot of you young men have aspirations, just even things that are just small. Like a lot of you young men, you're probably trying to get your driver's license, maybe. Maybe you're trying to get a car. Maybe you're trying to save up for something. There's a lot of things that young men are trying to get out of life. And you're allowing these small things, whether it be corn addiction, whether it be drug dependency. I know a young man right now who's dealing with drug dependency, and it's totally consumed his life. All he cares about is smoking weed. I gotta smoke weed here. I gotta smoke weed there. I gotta smoke, 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 smoke. So you know these things can be a distraction to a lot of young men that are out there. So that definitely is something that a lot of young men are dealing with. Let me get back to because I seen something down here. What are you struggling with as a young man? A lot of you young men are struggling out there. What are you guys struggling with? I want to talk to the hearts and the minds of the young men that are out there. I want to help a lot of you young men, because I know that I understand. And let me say this, right? Let me say this, because and that's why it's so important to do these shows. Um, I was a young man like a lot of you, you know. I've dealt with these things, the things that I'm mentioning. Don't think it's some coincidence that I know that these are the issues that a lot of young men are dealing with. I'm speaking firsthand to you about a lot of these issues. A lot of these things I've struggled with. You know, they say confession is good for the soul. A lot of these things I've struggled with as a young man, whether it be corn addiction, a lack of focus, depression, women issues. All of these things are things that I've dealt with in my life. So it's by no coincidence that I know that these are things that men are dealing with, young men are dealing with. So I'm here to help you guys. I want to, speak to the hearts and minds of a lot of you young men that are out there. Hopefully, I could give you some advice that can help you, that can shift your perspective, shift your mindset. Because a lot of you young men are dealing with these issues. These things are controlling you. These things are on your back. It's that proverbial monkey on your back that you need to get rid of. You know? and you need to take hold of your life. You know? And I'm here to talk to you men about that. I think it's important that I do. But yeah, anybody in the chat, let me know. What are you dealing with? Hey, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Travis, salute to Travis. Travis says, I have depression. Salute to Travis. Travis, in terms of your depression, right? Let me speak to this young man, Travis, right here. What are you depressed about? Let's talk about it. What are you depressed about? What? Because hopefully I could, just have you put some things in perspective. I would like to know, Travis, right here and right now, what are you depressed about? What is making you depressed? Like, is it something that you're dealing with? Is it, maybe a loss that you've dealt with? What is it that you're depressed about? I would love to hear what you're depressed about, sir. Like, what is making you depressed? What is making you feel this way? As a young man. Because a lot of people don't know that some forms of depression, not all, some forms of depression are linked to a chemical imbalance in your brain. It's not that you're depressed about something. It's not that you're dealing with something. It's not that your problems are weighing heavy on you. It's simply because you're deficient in certain vitamins, in the deficiency of these vitamins are creating a chemical imbalance in your brain and making you feel depressed, making you feel a lack of self-worth, making you feel these things. So it's not necessarily that you're going through these things, it's just that the chemical imbalance that you're going through is inflating these issues that you're dealing with and making them feel like they are laying on top of you, right? But I'd love to hear what you're dealing with, sir. Travis says, my dad left me and my mom. Doesn't like me. I lost two uncles. Well, Travis, first I would like to say condolences. He said he lost two uncles. I would like to give you a condolence to you and your family. He said, my dad left me and my mom, and he doesn't like me. Well, Travis, if your dad left you and your mom, that's his loss. That's his loss, sir. You be the best man that you could be. If your father left you, Travis, be the best man that you could be. You become the best individual and the best person that you can become. And when it comes time for you to start a family, when it comes time for you to have a son, for you to have a daughter, you be the best possible dad that you could be. You break the chains. You change the narrative. You break the generational curse, sir. You are responsible for you. Forget about your dad. If your dad wants to be a deadbeat, a trash human being, if he wants to be a deadbeat, a stumble bum, and leave his son and leave your mother, let him go about his way. Let that man go about his way, and you be the best man that you could become. Fire! 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 Travis says, I'm trying to become he said I'm trying to he said pretty much he's saying I'm trying to get into welding and start my family. Exactly, bro. See, what you're doing is absolutely right. That's what you should be doing, Travis. You know, and continue to grow your skills, bro. You're doing the right thing. And Travis, listen, this is real right here. The journey of life is not easy. The journey of life isn't easy. And a lot of times you're going to see things, especially if you have a social media, you're going to see people that are probably richer than you, doing better than you. Remember, life is not it's not a race, it's a marathon. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. It's not about how fast you get there. It's about getting there. You may not start a family in the next 2 years. You may not, start, your career in welding in the next year or so. But remember, life is a marathon. It's about getting there, not how fast you get there. And I wish that for you. I wish that I want that for you. I want for you to have that career. I want for you to have that family, right? Um, just remember that it's about a marathon. It's not a race. And like I said, become the best man that you could become. If your father wants to be a deadbeat, if your father wants to be that type of individual and leave you and your mother, allow him to do that. That's his burden to bear. Don't let that burden of him leaving you and your family, don't let that burden weigh heavy on your back. You release yourself from that burden and you become the best individual that you can become. You know? Release yourself from that burden. Allow your father to deal with that burden of leaving your mom, leaving you. Allow him to deal with that burden. You release yourself from that burden. You release yourself from that bind. You release yourself from that. And you become the best individual that you could become. Fire! 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 Yeah, but I wish I want that for you, Travis. I want you to have that family, and I want you to get that career in welding. I'm hoping that for you, and I'm wishing for that. And you have my you have my support. If nobody else is supporting you, if nobody else is putting that positive energy or instilling that positive energy within inside you, you're getting that from me. I'm telling you that, bro. So I'm wishing that for you. Um. Gobble Y York. I don't know what he's talking about with Travis says that's why next year I'm going to Job Corps. Yeah, man, keep growing your skills. That's a good thing, man. Go to Job Corps, learn a couple skills. It's a good thing to get into. As a man, it's going to be about, building skills. It's going to be constantly about building skills in your life. A man should have at least 3, 4, 5 skills, whether it be an electrician, whether it be welding, whether it be plumbing, whether it be a mechanic. A man should, have a couple skills in his arsenal. So where, you always have a job. Cause sometimes you might let's say you get a corporate job, you go, you can get fired from a corporate job, but if you're good with those hands, if you're a handyman, you know how to do work around the house. If you know how to do some plumbing, if you know how to do some welding, if you're a carpenter, you're an electrician, you're a mechanic, you're always gonna have that skill. You're always gonna have that talent in your arsenal. So it's important for men to continue to build their skill set. Continue to build your skill set in all these arenas. Continue to build up on your skill set. Continue to build on your social skills. Continue to build yourself as a human being. And remember, like I said, it's not about how fast you get there. Life is not a race. It's not a race. It's not about how fast you get there. It's about getting there. You young men will get there. Put the work in. Put the effort in. Show up on time. Do the work. You will get there. But it's about putting in the effort and the time. And eventually, you will get there. Life is a marathon, not a race. Just remember that. Absolutely remember that. Let me look at this poll real quick. What are you struggling with as a young man? 33% say corn addiction. Uh 17% say depression. Um 35% say lack of focus. And 15% say woman problems. Travis says, um, and can he says I'm can do plumbing, drywall, framework, horse. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. You could do all of those skills, Travis. Plumbing, drywall, framework. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Those are all good skills to have, man. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, Travis. Women, this is what you're gonna find out. Women love a man that could that can pretty much do work around the house. Women love that. See, because you might be a young man. If you're a younger man, younger women don't value stuff like that because all young women want is some D, a hot bottle of tequila and a perky. That's all they care about in life. Some D, tequila, and a perky. That's all they care about. But when these women get older, when they get in there, when they start having a house, having an apartment of their own, a car of their own, these are things that women want. They want a man that could work around the house. They want a man that could do some drywall work, that could do some plumbing, that could fix things around the house. Women want men like that. So, those are all good skills to have, sir. Those are absolute. Oh, he's 18. Okay, salute to Travis, man. Salute to Travis. He says 18. Okay. Yeah, Travis, when you get older, I'm letting you know right now, continue to do what you do. If you're good at those things, if you could do the plumbing and the stuff and the drywall stuff like that, continue with it, sir. Women love men that are handyman. My uncle, he's a handyman. He could fix anything. My uncle, he's an electrician. He could fix things around the house. He does plumbing. He does all of these things, man. Ladies, man, the women love him. The women love him. I remember my uncle, salute to my uncle. My uncle, he was going through a divorce at the time. So he was get back on his feet. He moved in with my mom and whatnot. And he's a handyman. He was just fixing things around the house and stuff like that. And he was living with us for a little bit, and then he met some girl like real quick. Keep in mind, he only met this girl, and she was a beautiful girl. He met this girl like a week. He didn't left our house. He moved in with her. He's fixing things around her house and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Women love a handyman. Women love a man that can fix things around the house. So keep up with that, Travis. If you're 18, you're at the perfect age to acquire all of this knowledge. You're doing it young. Think about it. You're learning how to do drywall, plumbing. You're getting into welding. You get into all these different skills. By the time you're in your 25, by the time you're 30, you're gonna have all of these different skill sets, and you're gonna be able to go anywhere to get a job, any type of job, whether it's welding, drywall, plumbing. You're gonna be able to go anywhere. You probably start your own business because you're gonna be so good at all these different skills. So continue to do that. Continue to put in the work, Travis. That's dope that you're young and you're doing that. So that's dope that you're doing that at a young age, man. Continue to do that, man. That's what's up. Yeah, man. But what didn't I get into? I didn't really get into. Travis says, "Oh, I forgot. I can do auto mechanic work too from my dad's friend that was a mechanic. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up." I didn't get into woman problems. I talked a little bit about yeah, I talked about lack of focus. I talked about we didn't really get into woman problems. So let me talk a little bit about woman problems for a little bit, because some of you men are dealing with woman problems as well. That's the only thing I didn't really get into. Take a sip of water. If you're dealing with woman problems as a young man, you know now I don't know what your woman problems may be, because there's different types of woman problems. Maybe you can't find a woman. Maybe you have a couple of girls, but you're trying to find a girl you can build with, because some of you young men are probably looking for a girl to build with. Maybe you may have too many girls and you don't know which one to pick. There's different types of women problems, so I would have to really go to each one of them. um it's different types of women problems. So it's y'all, if someone would probably have to specify what type of woman problem they're dealing with. If it's, let's say, hypothetically, let's say it's, you having problems finding the right girl. Maybe you haven't found the right girl. Um, if you haven't found the right girl, that's okay. That's okay. Just make yourself available. You know, make yourself available, and don't count out the places that you already are. You don't have to always go out to a club, to a bar, to a function. Don't count out the places that you're already at. Look around your job place for women that you're interested in. Look around the places that you have hobbies in, and look around for women that you're interested in. You know, women are everywhere. Women are, they're here, they're there, they're at the workplace, they're at the gym, they're at the hobbies that you like to do. They're everywhere. So just make yourself available. You know, um, Work on your social skills, because I noticed that a lot of young men, they don't have good social skills. Work on your social skills. Learn how to start a conversation. Learn how to read body language. Learn how to shift a conversation from being a greetful conversation, to a flirtatious or a inquiring about, going on a date or something like that. Work on those social skills as a man. Work on those social skills and make yourself available. Gobbledygook says, Travis, you got a lot going for you. He does, man. He's a good dude, man. Your mom may have her own issues in taking it out on you. If you can just cut her some slack, your future looks bright. Exactly, man. He's a good dude, man. He has a lot going on for him, man. He has a lot going on for him. You have a lot going on for you, Travis. You know what I mean? And don't allow your issues to weigh you down, man. Don't allow the issues to weigh you down. You're bigger than your issues. You're bigger than your issues. Your issue, you're bigger than your issues. You need to overcome. Find that strength within inside yourself. You know, Overcome your depression. Overcome these battles. You know what I mean? Find the happiness. Find the happiness that you're searching for, that you're looking for. Find the things that make you happy, and and go into those things, man. You know. Gobbledygook says, of course, if you're being abused, yeah, best wishes to you. Yeah, man. For real, for real. You know? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But I hope that, a lot of these things that we were talking about tonight, it helps a lot of you young men, helps you to reevaluate things in your life. Issues that you're dealing with in your life. I hope that a lot of you men could change your perspective on a lot of these things. Again, get out of that corn addiction. A lot of you young men are dealing with that corn addiction. Every time I do one of these shows, the number one thing that people vote on is corn addiction. It's an epidemic. Young men are struggling with it. It's really, it's really warped the minds of a lot of young men. And even when you like go on social media, it's all these young men have on their minds. It's corn, 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 corn. They can't get corn out of their minds. Like, literally, they can't. You talk to any young man, he could tell you his top five best corn actresses. Like it's really an epidemic, and it's really it's really hurt, a lot of young men, and it's not helping their social skills. It's not helping their relationships with women. It's just hurting them. And it's making them look like creeps, making them look, like deviants, and that's what they're dealing with. That's what they're being afflicted with right now. So a lot of you young men, you need to come out of that. Come out of that lifestyle. Come out of that, come out of that. Um Travis says, "Yeah, my mom had two daughters. She loved them more than me. I got her world, but they're my half sisters. But their dad moved to Canada. She said, F my kids. God pissed me off. I love my sisters, but because we have different dad, they say you're not my real brother. Really? Wow. Well, like I said, Travis, remember, you're responsible for you. As a young man, you have to remember that you're responsible for you. Everybody will have to take an account of the things that they do, say. Everybody will have to take account for it. Um, you're responsible for how you treat people. So you just be the best individual that you can be, right? And when I know things look, kind of bleak now as a young man because you're young, you're coming of age, but if you focus on the things that are going to help to improve your life, whether it be getting that job that you want, or continually building your skills, focus on that path of improving your life, improving the quality of your life. Continue to focus on improving the quality of your life, getting into those skills, getting into those things that's going to improve your life, man. And and continue to blossom as a man. Continue to blossom as a man. Um, and listen, man. Everybody's family life is different. I thank God for my family life. Um, um, everybody's family life is different, though. Everybody. I understand that. Some people come from different families, different situations, and stuff like that. Everybody's family life is different. But all you can do is be the best human being that you could be, and and being the best person that you can be. That's all you can really do. Johnny Ortiz says, then again, happiness might be uh almost like an illusion. Perhaps suffering is part and parcels of living. If people just accept their life, then they wouldn't be so agonized. Well, I already talked about that life is a journey. Life is a journey, man. Life is a journey, man. You're gonna have bumps here and there. Life is a journey, man. It really is. Life is a journey. Um, yeah, man. No, John Ortiz says, is improving one's life the means of a goal? Um, yes, I think so. I think so. I think improving your life is a goal, because if you're improving your life, you're improving your situation. Let's say somebody lives in the projects. Let's say somebody lives on Section 8. If you are doing things to improve your life, whether it be by school or whether it be by working to get that job that you want, you're improving your situation. You're improving your standard of living. You're improving your mindset. So I would say it is. I would say. I would say it's definitely a goal. No question. I would say it's a goal. You know, and especially if you're if you're a young man, if you're 18 years old, and what I mean, definitely it definitely will be a goal in your life. No question. Absolutely. You know. But these are just some things that I want you young men to think about. change your perspective on. And let me look at the voting again. One more time. Take a look at the voting. Just to see what a lot of y'all are dealing with. Yeah, pretty much corn addiction and lack of focus. Corn addiction and lack of focus is majority what a lot of you men are dealing with. And I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. These are things that I've dealt with. And it's important to shift your focus. It's important to reevaluate what's going on in your life to get yourself on the right path. And in terms of corn addiction, you got to get out of that. Get out of that. Get out of the habits of watching corn, man. Go out there and talk to women. Have real relations with real women. Stop loading up that laptop and stop getting on your phone and going to the hub or going to X videos. Go out there, find a woman and have real relations, man. Stop settling on the simulator. Stop settling on that, and go out there and find a woman that you could have a healthy relationship, a healthy relations with. Travis says, I have friends that I hang with. They help me live life no matter what my friends are. They for me as I'm they for them. That's what's up, man. If your friends are giving you, as long as your friends are giving you positive affirmations, man. Don't if I just hope for you, because Travis, you're 18. I hope your friends are just giving you positivity and pushing positivity into you. Because sometimes, when people are going through a lot of stuff at home and their friends could be, negative, and they could bring them down a negative path. As long as your friends are giving you positivity and helping you, and they're positive influences in your life. If those are your friends, man, those are the people you need to be around. If these are positive people and they're giving you positive, vibes, and they have things going for them in their lives, and they're not bringing you down, absolutely, those are the people you should be with. Those are the people you should be hanging with, because those are the people that are going to help you cope and go through, and to help you get up when you're feeling down. So if your friends are positive, influences in your life, that's a good thing. Absolutely. Marcus says, I don't know how to make friends. I don't know how to start. I don't know how to open that communication without sounding like a creep. Let's talk about that. That's very important. That's great you said that, Marcus. I want to get into that. Give me 1 second. Let me get into that. Bro. Marcus, let's talk about this, because this is very important. Marcus, you have to work on your social skills, bro. You have to work on your social skills. It's not hard to make friends. It's not hard to talk to people, get to know people, build those lines of communications. Could it feel awkward? Yes. Could it, feel a little bit weird? Yes. But not all the time. Sometimes you're gonna meet people that you have chemistry with. Sometimes you're gonna meet people that you are like-minded with. Sometimes you're gonna meet people that you genuinely vibe with. So you're cheating yourself by not putting yourself out there. You're cheating yourself by not even trying. You're cheating yourself when you're not even going to even try to facilitate it. Now, there's a common phrase that people say that, you miss all of the shots that you don't take. Now, if you're playing basketball and you're scared to shoot the shot, you never know. If you shot the shot, you might have made the shot, but you're going to miss all of the shots that you don't take. You got to take the shot. Sometimes you're going to make the shot. Sometimes you're going to fail at shooting the shot. But if you never take the shot, you're never going to find out. You're never going to know. So I'd rather take the shot, find out. If it doesn't go in, cool. I'll try again. Don't be afraid to fail. Life is about trial and error. It's about you're not gonna always excel at something. You're not gonna always win at something. Sometimes you're gonna fall on your face. Sometimes you're gonna scrape your knee. Sometimes you're gonna fall flat on your back. Sometimes you're gonna look like an idiot. But you have to try. You have to dust yourself off. It's trial and error. Trial and error. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, try again. That's what life is about. You know? Somebody said corn. Ruby, are you really dealing with corn addiction? Ruby, if you're dealing with corn addiction, like I said, I spoke about it earlier. I'm gonna speak about it again in terms of corn addiction. For any of you men dealing with corn addiction, I'm gonna speak about it again. I spoke about it earlier. Let me speak about it again. When it comes to corn addiction, you men have to get out of that lifestyle. Remember something. This is biblical too. So any of you that are believers, whether you believe in the Bible or Christian faith, even the Bible speaks about this. The spirit and the flesh is a constant battle. Your spirit and your flesh is constantly at war with each other. Things of the flesh. What are things of the flesh? Lustfulness, desires of the flesh. What is the spirit? Things that are increasing in your spirituality, in your wisdom, in your faith, growing that spiritual man inside. Your spirit and your flesh is always at battle. And what a lot of you young men have to do is stop rewarding your flesh. Stop subscribing to OnlyFans. Stop following 300 Instagram models. Stop loading up the hub and X videos. Stop rewarding your flesh. Go find yourself a hobby. Go get yourself a gym membership. Go fast. Go pray. Go build your spiritual man. Go crack open your Bible. Read some spiritual verses. Go read some scripture. Build that spiritual man. Do things, they say this, like I said, there's a scripture that says that, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Some of you men, you have too much idle time. Go find yourself a hobby. Stop finding yourself at home with nothing to do, bored, and say, "Oh, let me go load up X videos. I ain't got no ass in the room." Don't do that. Go get yourself a haircut. Go out to the club and go find yourself some ass. Stop loading up the hub. Stop loading up X videos. Go out there and have a hunter mindset. No, I'm not gonna load up the X videos. I'm not gonna load up the hub. I'm gonna get myself a haircut, go throw on something fly, and I'm gonna go out there and get myself some ass. I'm tired of the simulator. I'm tired of loading up the laptop and busting one off. Get out of that mindset. It's an affliction that a lot of young men are dealing with, that you have to work out of that. You have to get out of that mindset. Stop rewarding that flesh. Travis says, my hobbies are fishing and skateboarding. That's what's up. I love fishing. I absolutely love fishing. Travis says, I got out of corn addiction by just always doing something. Then I just stopped the way I did it. See, that's what I'm talking about. You see what Travis did? He's occupying his mind with different things, with other things that are more important to him. That's how you get out of corn addiction. Stop rewarding the flesh. Stop loading up the hub. Stop loading up X videos. Find yourself a hobby. Go to the gym, like Travis said. Go fishing. Go out. Go paint something. Go write a song. Go to the gym. Go ice skating. Go find a girl that you could go out on dates with and get the real thing instead of simulating it. Occupy your time in your mind with different things. Stop, occupying your mind, because if your mind is constantly in the gutter, if your mind is constantly in the dumpster with the filth in the trash, then you're going to take part of the filth in the trash. Get your mind out of that gutter. Grab your mind out of the dumpster, rinse it off, clean it off, get the soap, get in the crevices of it, dry it off, and occupy your mind with something that's more rewarding to yourself. You know? Absolutely. My mind says men who get stuck in this usually have confidence issues. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because a lot of men, they are settling. That's true. That's true in my mind. They're settling because they're saying to themselves, I don't want to go out there and look for a girlfriend. I don't want to go out there and find somebody that I could have relations with. I don't want to go out there and put the effort in. I don't want to go out there and embarrass myself. I don't want to go out there and do this and go out there and court a young woman. And they're dealing with a lot of self-esteem issues. They're dealing with a lot of issues internally. And you have to pull yourself up out of that funk. Pull yourself out of that funk. Go get yourself a gym membership. Reinstill your confidence. Pull yourself up out of that low self-esteem. Go work out. Go to the gym. Go, save a few bucks and change up your wardrobe. Buy some new clothes that you feel good in. Get yourself out of that mental funk that is bringing you down. That's what a lot of you young men have to do. Get yourself out of that funk that is bringing you down, because it's bringing you down. John Ortiz says contentment comes from inside yourself, not in the world. I agree. I agree with that. But a lot of it is internally. It's about how they feel within them, how inside of themselves. If you're saying to yourself, "Oh, I'm not gonna go out there and talk to a girl. I'm not gonna go out there and court a girl. I'm not gonna go out there and even try." You've pretty much just you're not even willing to fight. You're not even willing to try. That's all internal. That's all internal in how you feel. You know? So, I mean, a lot of people that are watching corn, a lot of people that are in that lifestyle, they have settled. They've settled on the laptop. They've settled on, doing those types of things. They don't want to fight anymore. They don't want to put the good fight in. They don't want to go out there and court a young girl. You know? Go out there and court, man. Go out there to the clubs. Go out there to the bars. Go out there and just talk to women wherever you are and just see, just and a lot of times and hear me on this, yo. Hear me on this. This is a good thing for a lot of you young men to do. Just in building up your social skills. Let's talk about that in terms of building up your social skills. Um, every girl that you talk to, you don't have to try to get her number or try to smash her the first day. Get that out of your head. Just talk. Just hold a conversation. Just when you're walking down the street or you're somewhere, or maybe you see somebody, a girl that you've been wanting to talk to, just start a conversation. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, how are you? I've been seeing you around. I like your smile. It's nice to meet you. What is your name? Do you work around here? Like, start a conversation. Just build a conversation. Every time you see a girl, it doesn't have to be, oh, I'm trying to get your number. I'm trying to smash you. It doesn't have to be that. Just start a conversation. Just test your conversational skills out. See how far you can go with a conversation. See how far you can think quick on your feet talking to a young lady. Get to know who she is, where she's from, what she's doing, if she's from around this place. Maybe the conversation gets deeper. Maybe you guys vibe on something she said. Maybe you guys have a common interest. that you can build from in that conversation. Test your conversational skills out. See how far that conversation can go. Yeah, absolutely. Corn addiction. Yeah, man. Well, you know what I'm saying in terms of corn addiction. You know what that is. You know what it is, bro. You know what corn addiction is, man. When you're loading up the corn hub. the bukkake corn. You know, everybody's squirting butter on one corn, a bukkake corn. You know what I'm talking about, man. Corn hub. Oh man. Travis says, by just talking with one of my friends that was a girl, we're together for 3 years. See, that's what I'm talking about. Travis know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just talk. Just talk. You know, just you know, use your social skills. You know, just talk to them. Every conversation that you have with a woman doesn't have to be about you getting her number. Maybe you don't get her number that day. Maybe the next time you see her, you get the number. You know, maybe you never get the number and you guys just become friends. And maybe, you know, out of you becoming her friend, she has another friend that she introduces you to, and now you're dating one of her friends. Every conversation doesn't have to be you trying to get a girl's number. Just talk. Use your social skills. See how far it goes. You know, will you fail sometimes? Will a girl be disgusted that you even tried to talk to her? Absolutely. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But don't be afraid that it's going to happen. Allow it to happen. Because every girl won't do that to you. Some girls will, some girls won't. Life is about trial and error. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall flat on your face. You're gonna fall flat on your back. Get yourself up, dust yourself off, go to the next battle. Constantly work on your social skills. Because guess what? You're gonna fall that first time. You're gonna fall on your back that second time. You're gonna fall real fat, real hard. You're gonna fall flat on your face, get a gash on your cheek. That third time, you know, you almost had it. You almost had it, but she was like, nah, I don't want to talk to you. So you fell again. But that fall was a little bit lighter. Then the next time, the girl is going to actually want to talk to you, want to get to know you. Maybe she's going to want your number. Maybe she's going to want to link up, go on a date. Life is about trial and error. You have to try. Don't count yourself out of the fight. You know? But that's my message to a lot of you young men, man. That's my message for a lot of you young men. You know, you have to fight. Put yourself out there. Work on your communication skills. Work on your social skills. Those are very important. Work on your social skills. Look at this. Corn addiction and lack of focus are now tied. They are now tied. That's crazy. They are now tied. That's crazy. It's an issue. It's a real issue that is happening out there. It's real. It's real. It's absolutely real. You know. But is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Let me know now before you guys forever hold your peace. Is there anything that you guys are dealing with that you need help with that is weighing heavy on your minds? Let me know right now or forever hold your peace. You know, I'm thinking about closing down the show. I've been on here for a hot minute. What time is it? Oh, it's about 1:22. I've been on here for a hot minute just talking to you guys. Is there anything else that is weighing heavy on you guys' hearts? Is there something that I may have not talked about that you guys want me to talk about right now? Let me know. Let me know or forever hold your peace. Let me know. Travis says, when I started skateboarding, I tell so much. I broke my knee. I had to wait 2 months. I keep practicing. Then I can skate now. How long have you been skating, Travis? Because you said you're 18. How long you been skating? Have you been skating since you like been a teenager, or like were you like a kid when you started skating? How long you been skating for? Yeah, but is there anything that you guys want me to talk about before we get out of here? Let me know now. Let me know now or forever hold your peace. Oh, 8 years. Okay, that's what's up, man. 8 years. Been skating for 8 years. That's what's up, man. We got about 50 people in here. If we got 50 people in here, I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button right now.
What a thrill
Hit that like button.
with darkness and silence through the night.
I need y'all guys to hit that like button right now.
What a thrill.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button.
Searching and I'll melt into you.
I need you guys to search for the like button and the subscription button right now. My mind says, my mind is telling me no. I just wanted to say that. But my mind says, can you truly have a woman as a friend? That is a good ass question. That's a good ass question. That's a good ass question. Now I could only speak from my perspective, right? I could only speak from my perspective. Because other men are gonna have different perspectives on this. Some men are gonna say, yeah, you can have a female friend and never be intimate with her. This is my opinion. I think that's absolute BS. I think it's impossible to be friends with a woman and you not be intimate with each other. I think it's impossible. I really do. I think it's impossible. It may start like that. It may start like, very platonic. We're just friends. We're just hanging out. It may start like that, very innocent. But I think as things evolve, as you guys get closer and closer, and there's some form of attraction, there's some form of attraction there. I think ultimately you guys are gonna end up together. I've been through it. I've been friends with girls. We're cool. We're kicking it. We ain't trying to smash. We ain't trying to be together. But at some point, it's just, we've been around each other for so long. There's some form of attraction there. And I mean, you're here. I'm here. I'm a man. You're a woman. Why not? So in my opinion, I think it's impossible. I think it's impossible. You know? Some people may disagree, but in my life, what I've seen, what I've been through, my life's journey, it's impossible. I've never been friends with a girl and we didn't have some type of intimacy at some point, right? Now have I had friends that were girls? Yes, but more so, yeah. I'm trying to think of my Rolodex of girls that I was friends with, and we didn't get intimate. There's like maybe like one or two. It's only like one or two. One of the girls that I'm thinking about, she was one of my best friend's homegirls. So I mean, I'm not that type of dude. I'm not gonna smash my friend's girl. I'm a street nigga with morals. I don't do stuff like that. I'm not. That's not type person I am. Um, but we were really cool. But I would never do that, you know. And there was nothing there for me and her. There was another girl that I was friends with. We were really we at first we wasn't close at all. Like she didn't really like me whatsoever. But at some point we became really good friends and we became really, really close. And I think over time we I haven't spoken to her in years. But there's no hard feelings between us. We didn't fall out, nothing like that. You know, I just moved away and, you know, things changed. But over time, like it went from her not liking me at all to her liking me, us getting close, and then, you know, I think that feelings between me and her, I think they were starting to blossom. You know, if it would have kept going with me and that girl, I'm only talking about two girls that I haven't been intimate with, because I felt like there was something more between me and her that could have evolved into that. I felt like it was going into that realm, but I moved away. But you know, that's like two girls out of all of the other girls that I started friends with. I've dealt with plenty of girls that I started friends with, and you know, we've wound up being intimate. We wound up dating, or we wound up smashing, or we wound up having feelings for each other. You know, I think it's impossible. But that's just me. I think it's impossible. My mind says you made her laugh and listen to her problems. Yeah, man, that's what happens when you're around a girl all the time, you know, you're gonna be listening to her problems, you know. You're gonna be making her laugh. You're gonna be getting close, you know, and then she's gonna be looking at you like, wait, he's my friend? He's my friend? Why am I not throwing him ass? I mean, he is right here. You know, a girl is gonna be thinking that to herself. John says, you know what's interesting? If you scroll around YouTube streams, you will see people from India or Pakistan who live what we in America what we in the United States would consider to be impoverished lives, and yet they smile. That is true. That is true. That is happening. I have seen that before. There's a girl from the Philippines, and I seen her living situation on here, and yeah, she was smiling, you know. That is true. That is true. Travis says, "How to get over vape addiction? My best friend vapes. I want him to quit." That's a good question, Travis. I'm definitely going to tackle that one right now. Um, the funny thing about that, Travis, is I had friends that are that were they're not doing it anymore, but that were dealing with vape addiction. You need to show your friend the scientific studies on vape. Um, Vaping is killing people slowly. It's killing people faster than what you know, smoking cigarettes was doing. Um, and another thing about vaping, we don't know the long term effects. Like, let me give you an example. When cigarettes came out, right? This is like 19, well, not when they came out, when they were popularized, because there was like a big campaign. They were like, you know, they were in movies, they were in, you know, all types of cigarette propaganda, right? Back in the day, they didn't know the long term effects of smoking cigarettes. They didn't know the long term effects. So, you know, there was a whole generation of youth that smoked cigarettes after a meal. They smoked cigarettes after breakfast. They smoked cigarettes on the workplace. And, you know, 20, 30 years later, all of these men and these women had lung cancer, dealing with emphysema, all of these different ailments because they had been smoking for decades. So we don't know the long term effects of what vaping is doing to your insides, what it's doing to your brain, what it's doing to your body. So I think you should show your friend some of the scientific studies on vaping, because it's not good for you. It's not good for you whatsoever. Um And you should break that down to him in terms of the history of nicotine. Like when cigarettes came out, like there was a whole propaganda. Look into this. When cigarettes were being popularized, they were in movies, they were in film, billboards, they were everywhere. Um, and people picked up cigarettes, they smoked it, and they became addicted because nicotine is addictive. 20, 30, 40, 50 years later, a lot of those people caught lung cancer, emphysema, all different types of ailments due to smoking. You have to let him know that, what is this doing to your body long term? What is vaping doing to your body long term? There's a long term effect to what vaping is doing to your body. So it's something that, you should try to, instill in him and try to teach him about that, you know? American Muscle says in the 50s and 60s. Exactly. A lot of people were smoking cigarettes back then. And it was fashionable to smoke a cigarette. They would tell people, "Hey, after you eat your eggs and your ham sandwich, smoke a cigarette. Hey, after you guys eat a hamburger and drink a whole gallon of Coke, smoke a cigarette. After you guys had a long days of hard work at the factory, get off of work and smoke a cigarette." Like they would tell people to do that. Then 30, 40 years later, these people had emphysema, lung cancer, all these different ailments. So what is the long-term effect of vaping? You should really instill that in him and let him know that, you know, you don't know what you're doing to your body right now. Look at the history of nicotine, you know? Look at the history of those things. Yeah, man. Absolutely, man. That's something definitely to look into and something definitely to think about in terms of that. Absolutely. Definitely something to think about, definitely something to think about, man. Absolutely. Um with that being said, I mean, I've been on here for a hot minute. It's about 1:35. I'm a little tired. It's been great talking to you guys. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to Travis. I'm wishing the best for you, bro. You have my support. I'm wishing the best for you. Um, salute to everybody in here. Salute to my mind. My mind been checking in. You subscribe, my mind. You've been checking in, man. Salute to you, bro. You've been checking in, man. Thank you for checking in, bro. Salute to John Ortiz. Salute to who else was in here tonight? River, George Ferguson, a couple people that was in here, everybody that came through. Marcus, he came in here. Ruby, salute to the people that came in here for the stream, man. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, I need you to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you nothing to subscribe to the channel. Get subbed in here. Get checked in here. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Come through, man. We do live streams about every day. We talk about a bevy of different things. But today, I just want to talk to a lot of these young men out here. Speak to, what is weighing heavy on their minds, what's weighing heavy on their hearts. And I hope that this message has helped you. Hope you have been enlightened as well as entertained. I am your host, TrueandLivin. This is the check-in report. Again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you nothing now. It don't cost you nothing. But with that being said, this is the check-in report. You guys have a blessed night. You have a productive week. And I will see you guys on the next stream. We are out.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you.